Okay, so the next part is going to be the massive shoulder armor that goes on the shoulders of the Penelope. And wow, it's not like a few parts here. There's a lot of parts here. So let's see how do we work with this. So first thing we need is this one. Flip it on this side, and I'm going to need this. There's a little part that goes right through here. Locks into place. Do the same thing with the other one. So those two are done. Now supposedly, I believe you gotta keep it on this angle, and then take this and connect it someplace, like that. So it looks like that. And while it's like this, take this part and cover and seal it up. Supposedly. There we go. Yeah, I think that goes over it. Alright. You know what? I'm going to leave it the way it is, because I have a feeling I need to review this when I have to take it apart. For now, we need to put this one on, and that goes like this. So it shows that little trim of the yellow there, and this trim here of the yellow. But it doesn't show if it's moved or anything like that. So we'll leave that alone for now. Let's see if we can do the same thing with this one. So like that. Goes like that. And that goes in nice. But, you know, obviously we'll pop it out when we have to. So we'll do this one right here. Get in. Alright. Now, there's this part here that goes into this, which is supposed to be, let me show you the right angle here. So that's that goes here. Wow. And this one goes here. This is supposed to be the cover where it exposes these this section here. So you have to pull it out. You have to pull it out gently to show more of it. Or no, I'm sorry. There's two connectors here. So that's closed, but then you have to pop it out and put it in here to expose the remaining. That yeah, we'll have to talk about that soon. So that one goes here, that one goes there, and I need this one. Alright, so this completes these two. We'll put this to the side. Next up is these parts here. I guess you have to keep it in this position, and this has to be like that. And this has to be like this. And then there's a blue part here, connects to this, like that, and another blue part that's supposed to connect like that. And this is kind of like a, you know, it has to swivel like this. Put that there. We'll do the same thing with these two. So these two are done. Put these to the side. Now these big parts. We'll begin with this. And this. Put that there. Now remember that this is one of those parts that once I pop it out, to paint it, I have to paint both sides to show off the inner frame of that. So we have that here, followed by this part. No, this one was right. I'm good with that. Okay, so that's done. But now we need this. Goes like that. And then we need this to complete this one here. Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. I think I may have to push that part in all the way. Maybe it was not pushed in all the way. You know what? We're going to leave that alone for now, because remember, there are parts here that needs to be removed, and I don't want to put something in there that later on I'm going to be annoyed trying to remove it. But this one, this yellow trim has to go there, and then this goes here for this, which this is not tight enough. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Let's finish this part up. So going back to this. Let me just see this again on this side. I think you do have to really push that in. Jesus. Alright, so that one goes here. Jesus. It's not going to go through, but I'm not going to complain about that yet. There we go. And this one will go here. And then this one, whoops, nice catch, will go here. Oh, now it's tight. Before it was like, what? I have some parts to the side here, but I didn't realize it looks like it was not part of this yet. So I'll put that here for now. Let's get this guy here. Now, according to this, this goes to the front and it connects to the connector here. That should. Now this one connects to the back. And you know what? I think we're done. Wow. Oh, hold on. My whole rigging just loosened up a bit. Let me just adjust this a bit. All right. So that is what I believe the Penelope looks like, fully completed. You know what? I didn't finish one part of this kit, so let me do it right now. We'll need to officially finish the gun. And then I gotta put the hands on this. There we go. Go back to this page again. We have this part. So that goes there. That connects to this. And then we have that part that covers it up like so. But there's the barrel. So we may have to put the barrel first before we cover that. Yeah. There we go. And then we have this part here. That connects to that. No, wrong way. This way. And then we have the wrench trim part. Ah! Put it in wrong. Hold on. There we go. Now, oh, that's right, the hand. You get 4 hands here. Sorry, correction. 5 hands here. 2 fists, 2 open hands like you see on this kit, and 1 holster hand for the weapon. So I guess you put that there. You put that here. Come on, get in. There we go. It has a good grip to it, so that's good. Now let's remove. I'm not going to put the arm guard for this. I'm just doing this so you guys can see how it is. There it is. All right, there you have it. The Penelope is, I believe, done. Completely and utterly done. It's amazing how I'm looking at this and how its overall design is, but wow, I'm deeply, deeply, deeply amazed. And apparently there's some option parts here which I didn't realize. So this part here, there's actually these thruster parts which goes in there. So I guess it's something to flip out. I thought it was a missile system because I find it weird to be, you know, separate like that. But I think I'm probably going to end up putting the thrusters on that front part of the chest armor. Now, there's a whole elaborate scheme on how to set this up as the flight unit by removing the whole thing. How it looks like in flight or how it looks like in standing up. I'm going to review that separately. I'm not going to do this on camera because I think, in all due fairness, yeah, it has a lot of options here. You can do a lot of things to it. Furthermore, it has the wide connection for the legs so it can support the actual frame. You do have this sorry, this shorter connector right there for the legs, if you want it to be in Gundam Odessa mode, you could say, which is, I think, a good idea. But, you know, I'm not building this kit just so I can keep it in two separate forms. I'm building it so it looks like this, somewhat. And then, of course, the ability to, you know, kind of like this, you know, the beam weaponry, turning around and firing all over the place. Wow, that is a big, big kit. A bit wonky, and I do have the stand, but pretty much have your own stand on its own because the tail acts as a stabilizer back there, especially the side parts. But you know what? It is an impressive looking kit, very impressive, and to give it an overall feel to it, here's the RX-72 Master Grade again, and they're almost literally the same height size, yet this is a 1/100 scale and this is a 1/44 scale. But you know what? I have a 1/44 scale Gundam kit that I should build, not the high grade version, the one from the thing that I did in Comic-Con, an anime NYC. That's actually something I got last year. I should build it and then just show off the side-by-side comparison, but I'll do that another time. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to build, well, I just build it right now, but to paint it and to detail it. And we're going to discuss that right now. Okay, this thing is now fully built to a certain point. But now let's map this out. How am I going to put parts on this, photo etch parts? Before we begin with that, let's begin with the actual overall design of this, and how I'm going to tackle painting it. A lot of these parts can be removed, like the back and front armored parts, the skirt armor front, which we'll look in a minute. This entire tail part is the one that's going to drive me nuts. And Danny, also known as Danny Gunpla, told me, said something about this, that it's probably a good idea to cut the parts that's holding up these the red part in here, and maybe paint it and then slide it in. I'm going to explore that. I'm going to actually send him a message to ask him if that was what he did. But everything else can be systematically removed to a point where it doesn't have to interfere with the overall build, except for the Odessa kit, which we did mention before. Some parts which I was looking at here when I was assembling this, the actual back armored part of the arms, this doesn't seem fall into place, and maybe because I haven't pushed this black charcoal frame in all the way. That's something I have to review, but still, it's something that I'm going to have to take apart so I can paint it, both on the inside and the outside, because like I mentioned before, the trim part will show off at the other end. This is another part that can be separated, and you don't have to worry about seam lines, because the part here is on the leading edge there. So that can be incorporated into the design. I didn't put the clear parts here because I know I'm going to have to take it apart anyway, so we'll leave that alone for now. Don't see any issues with painting. Part separations is the one that I like to explore. And by the way, let me just do this. We'll remove this part here. And then this will go here. Is it? No, it's the other one. Yeah, I like this with the thruster being exposed like that. Let me just take that off over here. Oh, okay. There you go. And then this one will go there. Am I doing it right? I must not be. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so I kind of like that up front. I see it's a little bit wobbly because of how heavy it is, but you do have, again the back tail acting as a stabilization for it to hold up. I think a lot of parts here look easy for me to paint and to disassemble and then repaint it in specific areas. I think the more troubling part that we'll have would be the arms. But then, of course, somebody will say, well, you don't have to worry about the arms because it's going to be covered up with the entire section. True. But I know that somebody out there is going to not like that, and I will definitely, explore that out. But, cleaning it up, the shoulder parts, the internal shoulder parts of the Odessa. Yeah. Now, painting is going to be a challenge, but not challenging enough for me to do the photo etch parts. And the consistency of the parts that I have here is the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about. So these are the tools that I use that I'm going to make the holes all over the place for this. But let's look at some of this here. So I have vents here. These little narrow vents. Places like here would benefit. The only problem is this is at an angle and this is more a rectangle. So I can't use the vents here for this. Just keep looking around. Maybe I could find someplace else. That could work, but again, that's in an angle, so it won't work regardless. I don't see nothing here that would require it. Yeah, I don't see nothing here for those vents. Now, somebody will say, well, why not just scribe it? The problem is I don't have a scribing tool. I don't have any scribing tools at all for actually me to do that, so we won't use this. Begin with some of this here. So we have all these little parts, these little circles with a little line in the middle. And I have various sizes. I have 1.6 millimeters, 1.7, 1.9, and 2.1. And the one thing I have the most, well, pretty much, I've been dabbling on the smaller ones, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. So I have over 55 of these little circles. And I think it'll be great to put it on all these areas here. I'm going to use the pen to section, maybe dot the areas that I think will need it. This is just a rough estimate. No, it's not set in stone, and I could always change it up. See, like that area is nice, how it's done like that. Also, the sides would probably benefit as well. And the top. I don't know if you guys can see that. see this front skirt. I can do one right there in the middle, right there, one here. Not enough light to see all this. Yeah. I think I got that already. I'll have to look around there. This area here bound by the feet. Let's get that. That. Just planning this out is not going to be the most simplest thing, because you really got to take your time and flesh out if what you're going to do will work. I don't know if it will work, and I'm going to be doing the photo etch parts. I think I've made a decision, but I'm not completely 100% sold on it. I may put the photo etch parts on just the entire Penelope flight unit system and not put nothing on the Odessa, because again, the Odessa is virtually covered up, so you can't see zip. It's on the entire frame system itself that it's required. I'll have to figure something around as well. For this part of the leg, I don't think I'm going to put a lot other than what's on around there, and I already have that part, which now I could probably put something here, whatever, and then maybe put one there, put one there, and put one there. Put a big one right there. Yeah. So definitely I'm doing half of the side, because then obviously I could do a overall look here. Let me see back here now. See, like, there's a lot of real estate here. And yes, somebody would say, well, why not scribe it? Again, I mean, I have a scribing tool. It's right here. And I'm going to end up scribing the actual lines that's on it as well, just to give it a little more deeper look to it for painting and panel lining. So, like something like that here. Here, here. Here, maybe here. Put a big one there. Do this one here, right there, right there, right there. Let's see down here. And then I'll just go inside here. Yeah, this part is going to be interesting. This top part here in this. We'll just stop for now, and then I'll go around there as well. So something like this would work. I'm not feeling this one. That's why. I'm kind of like second guessing myself. I have this right here. This one is a set of 3, 3.5, 4. I'm going to have to use 3 because I don't have any scribing tool for bigger ones. However, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of each pattern type, and clearly I'm going to need a lot. Let me see. We discussed this before, and I'm going to do it again. There's no square parts, so I can't use this. It'd be nice to use that. the vents. That's the one thing I'm more interested in doing, and there's a lot of these curvature type designs which I could probably put like here, or maybe put something here, but it won't be cool. Maybe up here on the top, but I can't tell if that's a vent or some sort of heat rod or anything like that. It's going to be interesting on how I'm going to paint that. I have 10 of these 4mm ones, which will definitely go, like, let's see, in the front part of this, because I could do, let's see, 10, so I'll have to be in the front area then. I'll have to plan that out. More vents. I don't know why I was such in a... Why did I get so many vents? I have the 1.5 little rivet. That will definitely probably be a cool idea to put it on top of this, or this area. I think I'm in favor of more of these type. These are more solid, and the 2.5 ones, 2.3. Hold on, is it 2. I can't even read it here. Yeah, it's 2.5. Would probably be great on this. I may have to end up buying another set of the AW096. I have another one here. Let me look for it. I have a bunch here. This is AW097, and I have 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of the circles with the 4 notches in each corner, and 14 of the circle with the 3 notches. Damn, I wish I had more of these. I'm gonna have to. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my time. See, I have these. These are great, but I have very few of these. I don't want to do a mixture. I want to keep it consistent. So I have an idea. I'm more inclined of using these. Should I do the circle with the 3 notches? Okay, there are circles with 4 notches, 3 notches, and 2 notches and 1 notches. Do you think which one should I use? Should I use the circle with the 3, 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let me know, because I'm gonna end up buying it online again. It's going to take me about a week or so to get it, because this kit's not going to be done yet. So what I'm going to be doing, and the whole planning phases of this, is after I decide what I'm going to do, I'm going to begin drilling the holes using the using this. Once it's drilled, then I begin cleaning and painting it, so I can then, once it's painted, then these metal parts will go right on top of it. They will not go on top and be painted over it. I want it to show, be shiny and show through. That's my intention. If I see something else that I may want to put on, I'll definitely work into that. But for now, let me just begin the process of this. One last thing, and I think this photo etch parts, I'm going to use these little winglets. I said I was going to do it under here for this, but it's not going to be shown through for the little missile frame, so that's it. That's not going to happen. And we'll go from there. We'll figure it out, and we'll play along and, explore the possibilities of making the Penelope even better. All right. I got my work all cut out here. Let me begin.